Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
Dollar, dollar. Dollar, dollar. Ching, ching, bling, bling. Cut the chatter. You ain't talking money, then your talking don't matter. Ching, ching, bling, bling. Patent pocket. Take the dollar, dollar. Can a damn soul stop it? Here comes the new kid on the block. Hold on, your bets. Here's where the buck stops. See, first of all, I'm stepping out on my own. About time I elevated to claim my own throne. Success in my blood, call it homegrown. Puerto Rican testosterone. Power and money got me crazy cocky. No longer need you, Poppy. I know you're mad because you can't stop me. And if you wonder how this player is future, honey, I think she smell my cologne. It's called brand new money. Making major moves, making a damn thing's funny. Pimpin' hood rats to playboy bunnies. They see the. They see it. They see it. Say what? Say what? Say what? Money. I'm global dollar dollar and roll without 50. Like to go out smelling fresh and looking spiffy. Don't like clean money. I want my wrist to be filthy. Plus with that retirement fund, I can't touch till I'm 60. So what am I supposed to do? Rollin' through, set it, patting them pockets, sell them, stacking, holding through. Ching ching, bling bling, catching cat.
Hello everyone and welcome to the WWE Universe as I'm here to bring you my review of Survivor Series 2016, the big annual Thanksgiving tradition that WWE brings together, a series of survivals as WWE brings you the Survivor Series. Okay, so here goes nothing. So, first up, we have the kickoff matches, starting with TJ Perkins, Rick Swann, and Norman Dar defeating Tony Ness, Drew Clark, and Aaron Devati, who are obviously this was the team that kicked off the cruiserweights the six-man cruiserweight tag match that kicked off the show. So obviously TJ Perkins' team manages to defeat Tony Ness's team in the six-man tag match. Then the second kickoff match would see Kane face Bray Wyatt's pal Luke Harper in a one-on-one match. Obviously, Kane getting his revenge against Luke Harper in their kickoff match this last night. And then, of course, that would lead us into the main show, where we would kick things off with a Survivor Series Women's Elimination match, where we will see Team Raw, led by Raw's Women's Champion Charlotte Flair, joined by Sasha Banks, Bayley, Nia Jax, and Alicia Fox, facing Team SmackDown Live, led by the coach herself, Natalya, SmackDown's Women's Champion Becky Lynch, Alicia Fox, Naomi, and Carmella. Now, obviously, Nikki Bella was meant to be in this match, but unfortunately, she got attacked during the match, before the match, so therefore Natalya had to take over her place. But unfortunately, Natalya's leadership did not work because Charlotte and Bayley won for Raw, Team Raw. Obviously, Charlotte would then turn her back on Bayley. This would then set up maybe it might be setting up a match between Bayley and Charlotte for the Raw's women's title for Raw's Roadblock pay-per-view, maybe. I'm not too sure, but we'll have to wait and see what happens with Raw's pay-per-view later in December. Then we have the Intercontinental Championship match, which will see SmackDown's Miz facing Raw's Sami Zayn. Obviously, though, The Miz recently won the Intercontinental title during SmackDown's 900th episode, where he defeated Dolph Ziggler to win it back. So, therefore, Miz, once again, continuing to prove he is the man with the Intercontinental title. He's the only reason why the Intercontinental title exists, which is quite surprising. The Miz would then win it back after losing it not so long ago, and then we will see him defeat Sami Zayn to keep the Intercontinental Championship on SmackDown. And then eventually that would lead into our second Survivor Series match, which is a tag team elimination Survivor Series match, 10 versus 10. Now, obviously, representing Team Raw, we had Raw's tag champions, The New Day, as the captains of the team, along with Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, the club. Enzo Amore, Big Cass, Cesaro and Sheamus, and the Shooting Stars, Epico and Primo, as they would face Team SmackDown, who's SmackDown Live, which is led by SmackDown Tag Champions Heath Slater and Rhino, along with American Alpha, the Usos, the Hype Bros, and Breeze Dango, which is Tyler Breeze and Fandango. Obviously, the sole survivors were Sheamus and Cesaro, who would lead Raw to victory in this Tag Team Survivor Series elimination match, winning for Team Raw in their second Survivor Series match of the night. And then, of course, this would then lead into the Cruiserweight Championship match, where Kalisto from SmackDown would challenge Raw's Brian Kendrick for the Cruiserweight Championship. Of course, the implication would be is that if Kalisto won the title, it means the Cruiserweights will be exclusive to SmackDown. Obviously, in the process of that, though, Brian Kendrick would then win the match by DQ. Therefore, Brian Kendrick would keep the Cruiserweight title on Raw, meaning the Cruiserweights are still a Raw thing. And then eventually this would then lead into a 5 versus 5 traditional Survivor Series men's elimination match, which is one of the main Survivor Series matches of the night, where we would have Team Raw featuring the Universal Champion, which is Raw's World's Champion, Kevin Owens, the US Champion, along with US Champ Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, Chris Jericho, and Braun Strowman. While SmackDown would have the team led by AJ Styles, the WWE World Champ for SmackDown Live, along with Dean Ambrose, the SmackDown Commissioner, Shane McMahon, Bray Wyatt, Randy Orton, along with James Ellsworth as the manager for that team. Now, of course, within the first few minutes, Shane McMahon would get Braun Strowman. Obviously, thanks to James Ellsworth, Braun Strowman was eliminated by DQ. Therefore, James Anderson would then get put through a table by Braun Strowman, as he was planning to put Bray Wyatt through the table. And obviously, he was eliminated. This would then leave Raw with just Kevin Owens, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and Chris Jericho. Eventually, Jericho would leave the match after being eliminated. But for SmackDown, they would then lose Shane McMahon at one point, to the point that they would then eventually lose AJ Styles after a very surprising and quite expected reunion for the Shield, as Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose, and Seth Rollins would have a Shield moment together, putting AJ Styles through the table with the famous powerbomb that those three made famous at Survivor Series when they first debuted in WWE. Bringing back a famous moment from Survivor Series when the Shield first knocked the doors of WWE. So obviously it was because of the Shield that AJ Styles, with the surprise Shield reunion, is why AJ Styles was eliminated. However, though, this would then lead, Dean Ambrose would then be eliminated by his... Obviously, Seth Rollins was eliminated by Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton. Obviously, Dean Ambrose would then be eliminated till it's been left by Bray Wyatt, Randy Orton, and Roman Reigns were the only superstars left in the match. Obviously, SmackDown would get the advantage because of the fact that they've got Bray Wyatt, Randy Orton, and Roman Reigns is the only guy for Raw here. So this would then lead into Bray Wyatt using the Sister Abigail to the point that he would take advantage and win for Raw to Team SmackDown. So Team SmackDown would win the Men's Survivor Series elimination match, as Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt would continue to set the stage for SmackDown by beating Team Raw to the mix, which was a bit of a turnaround for SmackDown to finally get themselves a victory in a Survivor Series match, as Bray Wyatt was responsible for making SmackDown the winners of this final Survivor Series match of the evening. And then we come to the big shocker. This is the one that everyone's been talking about when it comes to Survivor Series, and that is Goldberg and Brock Lesnar, the part 2 of this rivalry that started back at WrestleMania 20. You may remember these two battling against each other the night that these two left WWE originally. But, of course, a few years have passed, so obviously these two would then revisit their rivalry at this year's Survivor Series. And what a surprise. Goldberg manages to dominate Brock Lesnar. Literally, he conquered Brock Lesnar. I would actually go far to say that yes, Goldberg was a conqueror last night. He literally conquered Brock Lesnar from limb to limb, spearing him twice in a couple of minutes, and then all of a sudden, jackhammer, 1, 2, 3, 2 minutes later, Goldberg wins the match. And I did not even expect this to happen. I was like, wow. Bill Goldberg is a serious conqueror. I can tell you now, I did not expect Goldberg to just come down to the ramp and literally beat the living hell out of Brock Lesnar. Now, normally, Brock Lesnar is the one who normally conquers the match. But this is the first time in a while that Goldberg has literally conquered Brock Lesnar. No one has been able to defeat him in under 2 minutes like Goldberg did. And I'm still surprised by that. The fact that Goldberg's the only guy right now who has made history at Survivor Series beating Brock Lesnar within 2 flipping minutes. Fans were literally stunned. They were literally stunned. They didn't even expect to see it coming. They didn't even see Goldberg literally spearing him twice to the point that he wins the match in 2 minutes. I don't know what to say. 2 minutes it took for Goldberg to put Brock Lesnar away. Brock Lesnar didn't even do nothing. He literally tried to get in Goldberg's head, but that wasn't even good enough because the minute he got speared, Brock Lesnar couldn't even get back up. He was literally broken in half after being speared not once but twice. Then a jackhammer. Brock Lesnar couldn't even get up. Now, answer me this question. How come Brock Lesnar didn't get conquered by the likes of John Cena, Undertaker, those guys? How come it's only Goldberg who's the only guy to make that possible? I don't know about you guys, but something's got to come out of this. Something's got to come out of this because there is no possible explanation of how Brock Lesnar could just not do a single thing. He didn't even hit an F5 within those 2 minutes. That's the thing about this match is that Goldberg literally just came in. He let Brock Lesnar push him. He pushed him down to the floor. Brock Lesnar was trying to go for a punch. He gets speared straight away, and then Goldberg would set him up for another spear, put a jackhammer, and Goldberg says, "Nighty-night, Brock." Wow. The fans didn't even see it coming. Literally. And Paul Heyman was literally stunned. It was like, wow. Is this... I don't think Paul Heyman saw this coming either. Nobody saw it. I don't know about you WWE fans, but I hate to imagine what Brock Lesnar will be like by the Royal Rumble. I don't think he's going to be able to do the Royal Rumble now. I really don't. I don't know if he's able to do it because he literally got himself ass whooped by Goldberg, literally destroyed by Goldberg in under 2 minutes. That's how long this main event was. And I've never seen a main event so flipping quick as how Goldberg made it. That's like literally a return and a half. I'm going to be honest with you. I was expecting this to be longer than their first match, but this was shorter than their first match. This was like you blink and you miss. That's how quick this match was. So I want to know from you guys in the comment section, how do you felt of this 2-minute win by Goldberg, literally out of nowhere? He spears him twice, puts the jackhammer, boom, Goldberg gets the victory. How do you feel about that? The fans are like literally were stunned by the fact that Brock Lesnar comes out here being the cocky like he is, and then all of a sudden, boom, he's down. Absolutely incredible. I did not see it all coming. I mean, and the thing that surprises me the most is that Goldberg has been out of action, has not been in WWE for 12 years. 12 years since these two last met. And in those 12 years, Goldberg has been able to do something in 12 years that he didn't do the first time round. And that is beat Brock Lesnar in a matter of minutes. I don't know what to say. I really don't. I don't even know if it was worth this match now. I'm wondering, was this all planned? Was it all planned to have Goldberg literally come into this match like a conqueror, like Brock Lesnar has been for the last 3 years or so, and literally conquer Brock Lesnar? I'm wondering if this was all planned. But we'll see. You know, I'm still speechless after looking at this. I'm like, how on earth did Goldberg do it? How on earth did Goldberg able to get a victory in under 2 minutes? There is none of the other superstars would have been able to beat Brock Lesnar in 2 minutes, but yet Goldberg can. Smells fishy, doesn't it? The fact that Roman Reigns couldn't do that. John Cena couldn't do that. Undertaker couldn't do that. But yet this guy, a former WCW leader or a former WCW super champion, would just literally come back after 12 years and beat Brock Lesnar in under 2 minutes. Where was that from? So make that as you will, guys. Make that as you will. I don't know what to say. I do not know. But yeah, I'm going to leave it to you guys to decide what you guys think of this. But as concerns of the next pay-per-view, well, the next pay-per-views for WWE are going to be SmackDown's got their pay-per-view coming up. In fact, let's be honest, SmackDown's next pay-per-view is next Sunday. And it's going to be known as Tables, Ladders, and Chairs. And this match, and the match that has already been announced for TLC, includes Dean Ambrose versus AJ Styles, Tables, Ladders, and Chairs for the WWE World's title. Obviously, thanks to the fact that Dean Ambrose, with the help of his other Shield brothers, Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins, you could tell that it was really, like I said, it was really interesting to see Dean Ambrose have help from his Shield brothers to take out AJ Styles at Survivor Series. So you can tell that at some point the Shield are going to return massive than ever before. I just have a funny feeling WrestleMania is going to be the return of the Shield. I don't know about you, but we're leading towards this Shield reunion. That's what I'm thinking, but we'll have to wait and see. Whether that does become a factor remains to be seen. But so SmackDown's pay-per-view, TLC, 4th of December, a week on Sunday. That's when SmackDown will go live with their Tables, Ladders, and Chairs event. Whilst Raw's Roadblock, I will say, that will take place, I believe it takes place the week before Christmas, is when Raw will be having their Roadblock for 2016. Well, the second one of this year, in fact, because Roadblock's already happened earlier this year. If you remember, back before WrestleMania, we had a Roadblock, but we're going to have another Roadblock heading our way on later in December. Actually, it's the 18th of December. In fact, is when Roadblock, the end of the line, will take place. So be sure to look out for that on the WWE network. That's when that's when the Roadblock will return, as they get things, as that will be the final Raw pay-per-view of 2016. So, yeah, these are the next two pay-per-views, and of course, after that, that will lead into the... But of course, after that, that will lead into the Tribute to the Troops show on the 14th of December. In fact, it will happen just before Roadblocks, so at least we've got that to look forward to in the run up to Roadblock, which is not bad. So be sure to look out for that week. It's going to be very exciting. So there you have it. There are the there you go. So let me know. So there you go, guys. That's all the WWE shows yet to come before the end of 2016. Thanks for watching this review, and I'll see you all for the TLC review. On the first week of December. So see you then.